Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the PlayerZone channel. Welcome to our first video, of our advent calendar here on the PlayerZone YouTube channel. We're going to be giving out a video a day, whether it be a podcast, prediction video, combined 11 video like we got here, maybe even a discussion video. We'll have a video every single day until Christmas and our 1st of December. We've got a massive game coming up tonight in the Serie A. Fiorentina host Inter Milan, 3rd versus 4th, two of the most informed teams in the Serie A, and a massive game to see who can keep track with Napoli on the top of the Serie A. It is going to be one of the most exciting games to come from the weekend. Obviously, we know we've got Liverpool and Man City, but this one is for the football fans, the true footballer fans out there that appreciate all the leagues. So this one I'm super excited about. We've got Inter in 3rd place in 28 points, Fiorentina equal on goal difference and equal on points in 28. In 4th place. They have the exact same games won, exact same games lost, only one each. Both been firing in recent weeks as well. 10 goals in the last 5 for Fiorentina, 9 goals in the last 5 for Inter Milan. They're 12 games unbeaten. Fiorentina have probably one of the most informed forwards in Moise Kean and probably the best keeper in the division right now in David De Gea. You've got Thuram and Lautaro Martinez, one of the most dynamic and dangerous front two in the league. They're really deep and hard-working midfield, the best creator in the league, and DeMarco with most big chances created. It's set up to be one of the great games of the weekend's action. So I thought to celebrate that, let's do a combined 11. Fiorentina and Inter Milan combined 11 here. It was tough, I've got to be honest, to fit a lot of great players into the same team and to fit them all into their chosen positions. I went in the end with a 4-2-2, so 2 deeper midfielders, 2 attacking midfielders, and 2 up top, because there's so much talent to get in to 11 spots in this team here. Let's go through it. I'm really excited for this one here. Starting in goal, we've got David De Gea, who I think's probably been the goalkeeper of the year so far. Very close to Jan Sommer, but De Gea's turnaround has been fantastic. Considering he hadn't played football for 18 months, he's put together 7.55 average match rating, 2 out of 2 penalty saves so far this season, 5 clean sheets from his 10 starts in Serie A. He's also got an assist as well in this season, preventing the 3 goals, 82.5% save percentage. That puts him in the top 1% for goalkeepers. The stats all support his return being one of the most valuable in all competitions. One of the great returns out of all players. It's tough going, especially as a goalkeeper, from nothing to straight into the fire in many regards. And he's been fantastic for this Fiorentina side. And many reasons why they're up in the table, attacking football, the new manager bounce, the squad and how deep they've gone. But I think for me, number one reason is they've got a world-class keeper in goal in David De Gea, and it is purely showing. He has saved Fiorentina off his own back in many regards and won them major points just through his individual brilliance. So he has to go on this team for me as the goalkeeper. He has been as solid as a rock. Look, he hasn't missed a beat across the last 18 months. Looking to our back line, the left back sort of picks himself. Federico DiMarco, as I said, the number 1 big chance creator in Serie A, 7.44 average match rating, a goal and 2 assists, 10 big chance creator this season. The most progressive passes received and touches in the opposition area are both in the top 1% for fullbacks. He is the ultimate attacking fullback. Yes, they're normally in a back 5, but in this system you have chucked him in a back 4. I love what DiMarco's done. I also had him in my team of the season so far across all the major leagues. He's been one of the most consistent fullbacks in world football. He constantly gives you something going forward in the attacking sense. Works really well with Bastoni on that left-hand channel there and is up and down that wing like no other. His work rate, his intensity, his ability to also make some challenges when needed is, I think, an important factor for him. He's not only just a one-way player. Despite how good his attacking stats are, he still is solid enough defensively and contributes to one of the best defences in Europe. You look at their Champions League performances, Inter Milan, they don't really concede. I don't think they've conceded at all this season in the Champions League. So it goes to show how solid that back 5 is, including DiMarco in there as well. Looking at the centre-back partnership, starting with obviously Bastoni at the left side of the centre-back duo, 7.23 match rating. He has 3 assists so far this season, 80 touches per game, 61% long ball pass accuracy, 1.4 tackles, 3 ball recoveries, top 1% for centre-backs for short shot creating actions as well. One of the most attacking centre-halves in the world. As I said, he always often gets up in the half space on the left-hand side there and crosses the ball in for chances. We've seen that last season. We saw it again this season where he's setting up other centre-backs for goals with the ball delivery he's got in his Arsenal, 61% long pass accuracy. He's a very, very dangerous player. And in another world, another life, he could definitely be a central midfielder. I think probably the best centre-back with the ball at his feet in world football right now. He, I guess, truly sums up what it means to be a ball-playing centre-half. Great into a challenge. Again, his defensive stats don't really stand out because they operate in a back five and they all work together really, really well. But yes, he can do a great job defensively. But what I love about him and DiMarco is the ability to go forward and get the ball progressing for the Inter Milan side. So he goes in alongside Pietro Camuso from Fiorentina for me. 7.03 match rating, the 4 clean sheets, averages 1.8 tackles per game, 3.5 ball recoveries, 2.7 clearances per game. And for me, the big stat is he wins 5 duels per game, including top 5% for aerial duels won. Such a strong player in the air. Someone I'm learning about each week when I watch Fiorentina play football, but he is such a rugged, hard-working centre-half. Matches the partnership really, really well. The Bastoni, who's the ball player, the more the Rolls-Royce, the centre-half partnership. Camuso is your really, really solid, strong into the tackle type centre-back. And someone, if Fiorentina keep rising up the table and potentially compete for the Serie A as well as the Conference League, might get a big move come next season. A big, solid centre-half that any team would take. And he's come to enough with the ball at his feet, but the most, valuable asset for him is the ability to break the play up, be strong aerially, and be that bruiser at centre-half. He's paired up with his teammate Dodo at right back for me. 7.2 match rating, 5 clean sheets, 4 big chances created so far this season. The 1.8 successful dribbles being the top 1% for successful carries and take-ons this season as a fullback. The 1.4 interceptions per game and 5.5 ball recoveries. This is the most balanced fullback I think you can get in the Serie A. Got all the attacking attributes, as I said, top 1% for take-ons and successful carries, but also his ball recovery rate, 5.5 in the ball recoveries per game, 1.4 interceptions per game. I think the most balanced, talented, and the most upside for any fullback maybe in world football right now. I'm being really impressed with him to start the season off. He's been a shining light in this Fiorentina side. Does so much work up and down that right wing back or full back position at times, getting right onto the bar line, getting balls into the box. He's won 2 penalties for the side so far this season, showing the dangerous run he can do in behind, and he works really well with the little give and goes on that right hand side there. So I had to chuck him in. For me, one of the most entertaining, one of the most all-rounded, and definitely for me, one of the most exciting potentials coming out of the Serie A in terms of defenders in the league. So that's my back 4. I've got DiMarco left back, Bastoni and Camuso with Dodo at right back, David De Gea obviously in goal. Then we come to the midfield 4 in many regards. The 2 deeper midfielders, I've got Nicolo Barella, the 7.3 run match rating, a goal and 2 assists so far this season in all competitions, 1.4 key passes per game, 5.35 duels won per game, a successful dribble per game, top 5% for shot creating actions, and also progressive passes as well. He sits alongside Henrik Mkhitaryan. A little bit weaker this season for him, but I know the upside is there. 6.95 match rating, top 5% for progressive carries amongst midfielders, 4.4 ball recoveries per game. And for me, the big stat is the 82% accurate long pass accuracy. So you've got 2 in there, Barella and Mkhitaryan. They work so well together. Obviously, we know that Inter play a midfield 3, a flat midfield 3 in many regards, and they all come and a few drop, a few go. It's sort of a constant moving circus in there for Inter Milan, but chose these 2 to be the deep lying players. I think Barella for me is probably the most consistent performer this season for Inter Milan in midfield. You can see by some of those stats there, the duels won 5.35, even the tackles per game 1.6. He's a real nuggety player, gets in there, and he's a pest. Anytime that come up against Inter Milan, you don't want Nicolo Barella to grow into the game, whether it be defensively or whether it be driving his side forward. I think a key trait about him, he wins the ball back and instantly wants to progress the ball forward. Pass forward, pass forward, pass forward, get the team on the front foot. One of the most attacking-minded players in their side in terms of always looks forward first and does a fantastic job to complement the other midfielders for the Inter Milan side in there. Looking at the 2 number 10s, I went Hakan Çalhanoğlu as 1 number 10, 7.26 match ratings, 4 goals in all competitions. The big stats come around the 77% successful pass accuracy, 1.1 key passes per game, 70 touches per game, wins 60% of his duels with 3.7 ball recoveries per game. Again, it's a really all-rounded statistical measure there. I love the 77 successful passes per game. He's constantly getting the ball zinging around that midfield there. Again, someone that stood up a lot more this season with Mkhitaryan slightly dropping away. Çalhanoğlu is going to give you a 7 out of 10 performance. He might not give you a 10 out of 10 very often, but he's not going to give you many 5, 4 out of 10 performances. He's very, very consistent. He does a great job. He's getting on the score sheet this season with 4 goals in all competitions. And once again, just complements this midfield trio really, really well. I've got him at a number 10 position. The other number 10, I went Lucas Beltran, who's been someone else kept a keen eye on from Fiorentina this season. The 7.06 match rating, 2 goals, 3 assists in only the 6 league starts, 81% pass accuracy in the opposition half, wins 3 duels per game as well. Again, no stats really stand out, but I guess the 81% pass accuracy in the opposition half, the ability for him to get involved in the final third, the 2 goals and 3 assists, any 6 starts show that. He's been a real live wire for Fiorentina in the final third, linked up well with Moise Kean in the side, and also Colpani, who plays out on the right-hand channel there. Someone that the ball needs to go through for good things to happen for Fiorentina, and someone that really has shone when he's got the chance to shine this season. I think as the year goes on, we'll learn a little bit more about him, but I think from so far what I've seen this season, he's a really accomplished player, really, really smart and intelligent on the ball, and just, as I said, a live wire, makes things happen, zings the ball around that final third there, and definitely gets Fiorentina moving in the right direction. So I've got him pairing up with Calhanoglu in the number 10 spot. Looking up top to our 2 centre forwards, starting with Marcus Thuram. A fantastic year for him so far. 7.65 average match rating, 10 goals, 3 assists in all competitions, 70% of every aerial duels won, 2.24 progressive carries per game, and averages 8 touches in the opposition box per game. Proper fox in the box. Someone that gets the job done in the final third. Might not be as much of a facilitator for others as he was last season, but he's been doing the business in front of goal and key goals at that this season, whether that be in the league or the Champions League. He's a big game player. I'm not going to have it any other way. Yes, Lautaro Martinez was the guy last season, but this year, in many regards, it's Marcus Thuram. Really dangerous, very, very clinical, and someone that plays above his weight and size. He constantly, as you see by the stats here, wins the aerial duels, 70% aerial duels won, shows how competitive he is. He's a fighter, a grit and grind sort of type player, but and also really accomplished player in the final third there. So for me, with the start of the season he's made, he has to go on this side for me, especially with the rotation with Taremi coming into the side. You thought he might have been forced to the bench, but he's made that starting spot his own. So he starts for me alongside Moise Kean, who's been one of my favourite players this season. 10 goals, 1 assist this season, 7.27 average match rating, 50% of aerial duels won, top 5% for successful take-ons amongst forwards, 1.4 successful dribbles per game. For me, though, it's just been the ability to find the back of the net. I think last time that was Como, barely got involved in the game, yet still found the back of the net. A dangerous force in the final third, showing a more complete package for me. Yes, he makes the runs in behind. Yes, he can compete in the air, but he's finishing his chances. Doesn't miss many opportunities. Much more clinical. Looking physically strong in the final third as well. Not getting forced off the ball or forced off balance when he's shooting at goal. Looking really strong, really balanced, and really powerful. And as I said, I say a lot, but a chance creator for himself, for others. Whenever he goes near the ball, good things happen for Fiorentina. They're not the highest scoring team in the division, but whenever he's around it, goals come. He's a goal machine. He's a goal magnet. Every time the ball lands at his feet, you think back of the net, and it's happening. I think credit goes into his bank with how, I guess, up and down his career has been so far. Bursting, I've seen the young player, a lot of big clubs. He's bounced around different leagues, different divisions, but he's finally found his club and found his spot up top here for Fiorentina, and has really shone this season. It's been a great good feel story so far this season, and I think he can carry this form on, because it doesn't feel like form, it just feels like that's his class. His class is finally starting to show, and it's looking like the complete package finally for Moise Kean. So I've got him up top alongside Marcus Thuram, both of them 10 goals this season. Fabulous work from both of these two, and have really been the catalyst for their side going forward, because both sides are really, really good defensively, at times struggle moving the ball forward, but when the ball's at the feet of these two guys, Thuram and Kean, you can count the ball in the back of the net in many regards there. So there's my side. From the back, David De Gea in goal, probably the best goalkeeper in the world at the current point in time. DeMarco left back, probably the best left back in the world at the current point in time, with Bastoni and Camuso at centre half and Dodo at right back. We've got Nicolo Barella and Henrik Mkhitaryan in the deeper line midfield position. The two number 10s are Hakan Calhanoglu alongside Lucas Beltran, two real dangerous players on the ball and real creative, smart footballers in the number 10 spots. And then the front two, probably some of the most clinical front two in world football right now, Moise Kean and also Marcus Thuram. That brings together my starting combined 11 for Fiorentina and Inter Milan. Looking forward to the game in a few hours' time. My prediction for it, I think it's going to be a real tough game to call, because both sides are very solid defensively. Both sides do have the talent up top, but have they shown it on a consistent enough basis to get these attacking players involved? No, they have not. David De Gea in goal, Jan Sommer in goal, two great back fives and back fours respectively. It's going to be really, really hard to get clear chances created. I feel like this is bound to be a 2-1 game, in which favour I'm backing Inter Milan in. They come off the back of a really important win in the Champions League. Their morale is high. A little bit of a longer break. Fiorentina playing Thursday night in the Conference League. I think Inter come in a little bit fresher. The big name players, they get the job done on a big stage here. But don't get me wrong, Fiorentina at home, that could cause some problems. I think if Fiorentina win it, it'll be a 1-0 win for them. But I'm backing Inter Milan 2-1 win. I think Thuram on the score sheet. I also reckon Nicolo Barella gets an important goal in this game here, and Inter get over the line 2-1 for me. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, guys. Who would you add to this combined 11? Would you remove any of my players? Who would you add into the side? How would you set your combined 11 up for these two sides here? And let me know your score predictions for this big game from the Serie A in the comment section down below. If you're new to the channel, guys, please make sure to smash a like on it, subscribe to the PlayerZone channel for a lot more videos, podcasts, reaction content coming. As I said, this is our PlayerZone Advent Calendar, a video, podcast, prediction video every day until Christmas, so get excited about that. With that being said, guys, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Enjoy tonight's game, Inter Milan and Fiorentina, and I'll see you guys in the video very, very soon. Till next time, guys. See you later.